Hi! I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm sure it's something that a lot of you have struggled with, but I can't figure out my opinion on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I do have other stuff to worry about, by the way, like rent and shit, but that can wait. This is a lot more important. I think he wants us all to see him as like some great warrior, but no. And that's not to say that he hasn't faced formidable foes, because he has. He's battled very well-known cinematic villains like Giant Alligator, or Building on Fire, or Vin Diesel, apparently. But now The Rock has a new enemy to look out for. It's me. I actually didn't make that clear, but it's me. Or at least I might be. And today we're gonna find out for sure, because today, as an exercise prescribed by my therapist, who I'm pretty sure is getting tired of me, I'm gonna talk through my opinions on Dwayne. So let's jump right into it, and we'll start positive. This is a pro for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. His starring in one of the most iconic movie scenes of all time. Quite honestly, one of the most iconic scenes in the history of visual media, dating back to when the Greeks invented plays or whatever. When The Rock flexed his broken arm so hard in the Fast and the Furious that his cast exploded. To set the stage, there's a scene towards the end of the movie where Jason Statham and Vin Diesel are trying to beat each other to death with lead pipes in the middle of a parking garage. On the other side of the city, Dwayne Johnson is in the hospital with a cast on his arm because earlier in the movie he jumped out of a 10th story window and cushioned his fall by landing on the roof of a car. And as we all know, all this does is break your arm. Anyway, Dwayne Johnson sees the parking garage fucking explode from his hospital room window on the other side of the city because Jason Statham and Vin Diesel were fighting each other with lead pipes so hard that they exploded a fucking parking garage. So, Dwayne Johnson gets out of bed and looks at the smoldering remains of the parking garage and the innocent civilians who were probably inside at the time and 1000% died instantly, and he knows that he has to go out there to help Vin Diesel. So then Dwayne Johnson says, and I quote, "Daddy's gotta go to work." And I think his daughter's there, and I forget if she says something, but then Dwayne Johnson flexes so hard that his cast explodes. And I forget if he helps Vin Diesel. I don't think so. Anyway, that's a pro. Con. Black Adam. Yes, the movie sucked. Obviously. But the main reason that Black Adam is on this list is because Dwayne Johnson personally offended me when I went to see the movie. Setting the scene, Dwayne Johnson rented out the entire AMC in Times Square for the premiere of Black Adam, and my father and I were able to get tickets. What fun, we thought. And it was cool. We had free energy drinks and free tequila and no food, which obviously turned out poorly. And after the movie, all the audience members left and we all gathered outside of the front of the theater to see the celebrities come out. And as they came out, all of us were telling them how good they were in the film and whatever, lying, obviously. But everyone was waiting for The Rock. For like 20 minutes everyone was waiting for The Rock, until finally, through the hordes of people, we were all able to see that famous shiny bald head. And everyone started freaking out, until we come to find, as we get a better view of the hairless one, that it's not Dwayne Johnson. It's just a different 6.5 foot tall, jacked, bald guy. So everyone started booing this poor man who made the awful mistakes of being tall, in good shape, and friends with celebrities. But then he left. And everyone else left. And The Rock never came out. It was a trick. Dwayne Johnson tricked me and his legions of fans. Was it on purpose because Dwayne Johnson hates his fans? Maybe. Or maybe we shouldn't have assumed that the first tall, bald guy we saw was The Rock. It's very clearly not Dwayne Johnson's fault, but I'll assign blame to him anyways, because if I didn't, I'd have to blame myself. And I don't want to do that. Let's move on. The next one is a pro. When The Rock vowed to personally go after the celebrity who was rude to Rebecca Ferguson. Super niche news story from about a year ago that was big for like an hour tops, but I still remember it. Basically, last year, Rebecca Ferguson said that on the set of a film she'd worked on prior, there was a co-star who was incredibly rude to her. And there were tons of supportive responses from Hollywood, the scariest of which was from Dwayne Johnson, who said that he would like to know very much who it was and a little bit insinuated that he was going to personally go after the guy who did it. That's terrifying. If you're that guy. Imagine being rude to a lady and then a few years later the strongest member of the Jumanji cast is publicly trying to fuck you up. That is a pro for Dwayne. Go Dwayne. Con for Dwayne. The clause in his contract that prohibits him from ever losing a fight. He can also never die. This is real and also dumb. How are you going to give an interesting character arc to a story's protagonist if he's never able to do anything less than totally dominate? Apparently it's to protect his tough guy image, which is also dumb. I don't think anybody would see the 6'5", 260-pound ex-wrestling bodybuilder as a weak bitch if he loses an on-screen fight to a giant alligator in a make-believe movie. Maybe that's just me. Next up is a pro, and this one might be controversial, but I do count that one verse he did on a rap song a few years ago as a pro. Was it quality? No. Were the lyrics interesting? No, not really. Was his flow impressive? No, it was about what you'd expect if you asked a 50-year-old man to rap. And I still like it. Fair warning, I've never actually listened to the entire song. You know, only the few bars that went viral on TikTok a few years ago. And again, I wouldn't say that it was good, but it existed in the world and didn't go away for a while. So that's what makes this a pro, I guess. I didn't really think too hard about this one. Next is actually an undecided. I don't know if it's a pro or a con, but it's how he keeps insinuating that he's gonna run for president of the United States. In fact, sometimes it's not even insinuating. He just straight up says, like, I might. And I can't decide if this would be awesome or not. I mean, on the one hand, this would absolutely turn out poorly. The Rock has had no prior governing experience, and I have the sneaking suspicion that he wouldn't be able to wing it. But on the other hand, he's big and strong. Would it be sick to have our nation's leader be able to beat all the other nations' leaders in a fight? Yeah. Would that help us further diplomatic ties and ease geopolitical tensions around the world? No. But would it hurt? Probably, yeah, definitely yeah. If President The Rock disagreed with the leader of a foreign country and then resolved it by using the people's elbow, I don't think that would turn out very well, but it might. And I think that's worth a shot. We should make Dwayne Johnson president. And that's my final consensus. Not only have I figured out that I like The Rock, but also I would loyally vote for him and do anything I have to prop him up as leader of the free world. We should give Dwayne Johnson the nuclear codes. And that's where I'm ending the video, because I can't think of any more Dwayne Johnson related content. I hope you liked it. Subscribe, because I'm going to do another one next week. And also like and comment and stuff. And also, bye.